Shalom. I want to start off by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone that bring well, peace, and blessing to the elect of Israel. Shalom. All right, so this lesson is going to be on being content, man. All right, we want to be content with the state that we're in and with the things that we have in our life, man. All right, and the first and foremost reason why is because that's the way that we should be according to the scriptures. All right, and second, because we already have everything we need, man. All right, we have everything we need. You know why? Because we got this knowledge, man. All right, and that's everything we need. All right, now, you know, we understand we're in captivity, we're in Babylon, you know, certain things to go. However, but the Lord will always make a way, man. All right, the Lord will make a way. Okay, the Lord will make a way. He already has the way made for you, man. All right. He already has the way made for you. The scriptures, like when you read in the Old Testament, what did the Lord say? I go and send my angel before you to prepare a way. All right. You know, the Lord already has the way set before us, man. You know, so we shouldn't stress, man. Okay. What does the scripture say? Be careful for nothing, man. All right. Let me get that scripture real quick. Salaki. This is Philippians chapter 4, and I start at verse 6. That's the point. All right, Philippians chapter 4 and verse 6. It says, "Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto Yahweh by Shem Yahushai." That's right. So we're not supposed to worry. We're not supposed to stress, man. All right. We got to let our supplication, give our supplication unto the Lord, let our requests be known. All right. And then the Most High is going to handle it, man. All right. Whether you get it in that very moment or you have to wait a little bit. Okay. But the Lord's time is always on time. You know, let me go ahead and get this scripture to bounce off that. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 14 and verse 14. All right. It says, I'll start at verse 13, actually. 2nd Ezra 14 and 13. "Now, therefore, set thine house in order and reprove thy people. Comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption." And that's exactly what we're doing, man. All right? We're doing all that. And renouncing corruption means to go and basically to publish and to speak against it, you know? And that's what we're doing, all right? To protest against, you know? Verse 14. "Let go from thee mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature." Okay? We got to put off that weak nature. And a part of us being a part of that weak nature, which is fleshly like nature, because the scriptures say the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. All right, is worrying about, you know, if we have enough or what we want. Okay, but we got to be content with what we got, man. All right. Verse 15, "And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times." Okay, right. And that's exactly what we're doing, man. All right, we got to set aside those thoughts that are heavy unto us, man. All right, and we got to we're in the spirit of hasting and fleeing these times that we're in, man. Okay, because we know these are not joyful times to come in. That's why the scriptures say the heart of the wise is where? In the house of mourning. All right, and the brother Kalaya just made a lesson about that yesterday, man. You know, go check his channel out, Kalaya Mayan Banyamyan. All right. You know, I'll put the link in the description box, post-production, Lord's will. You know, but that's what it is, man. All right. This is Proverbs chapter 30 and verse 8. It says, "Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me." Right. Okay. So what is King Solomon asking here? He's asking for the Lord to give him what is his daily necessities. Like Yahushua said, give us our daily bread, you know, and spiritual and literal. All right. The Lord gives us our daily bread, spiritual and literal, man. All right. And the Lord is going to always provide a way from us, man. So we don't got to worry about what we're going to eat, what we're going to wear, because the Lord is going to provide the way, you know. So what is King Solomon saying? Give me what I need, you know. All right. Give me neither poverty nor riches, man. All right. Why did he say that? All right. It says, verse 9, "Lest I be full and deny thee and say, who is the Lord Yahweh? Or lest I be poor and steal and take the name of my power in vain." Right, man. Okay, so that's why he's saying that. Give me what I need, so that way when I'm doing good, if you will, all right, when I got my riches, I'm not gonna forget the Lord, all right. And if I don't have my riches, if I'm in poverty, I'm poor, okay, I do wicked stuff in order to just survive, man. Like steal and stuff like that, man. Okay, so that's the point. Let me bounce off that real quick to expound on that point. This is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 11:25. It says, in the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction. But in the day of affliction, there is no remembrance of prosperity, man. Okay, right. And that's exactly why we got to be content where we're at, whether we're in the day of prosperity or in the day of affliction, man. Okay, because that's that perfect balance between the Lord. Because the scriptures say if we come into this truth, we're going to be tried, man. All right. This is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 2:1. Says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. All right. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. So whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. That's being content with what you got. Whether you get the shit end of the stick, so to speak, or the Lord blesses you, man. Okay. And it says, be patient when thou art changed to a low estate, man. And then the Apostle Paul say, I know how to be abased and I know how to abound, man. Okay. Verse 5, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Right. So we're going to have to go through that trial, man. All right. Now I've been running into the scripture all day, so I'm fiending to bring it out. This is 1 Peter chapter 1 and verse 6. It says, wherein ye greatly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be, ye are in heaviness through manifold temptations. That's right. And we get weak sometimes, man. All right. We get weak to this flesh, because we're in this flesh. Sometimes we get weak, man. All right. But hey, that's a part of the condition of the battle. But we're strengthened through Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It says, I'm gonna read it again. 1 Peter 1 and 6. Wherein ye greatly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be, ye are in heaviness through manifold temptations, that the trial of your faith being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahushua Mashiach. So the trial of our faith is more precious than gold, man. All right, the Lord said that he will make a man more precious than fine gold, finer than the golden wedge of Ophir, man. All right. So that's all about what it is, man. But when you're going through that fire, hey, be content with what you got. When you're not going through that fire, be content with what you got, man. All right, let me get a few more precepts and I might close out on that. The Spirit permits. This is Hebrews chapter 6 and no, not Hebrews 6. Hebrews 13 and 5. Okay. It says, let your conversation be without covetousness, and be content with such things as ye have. For he hath said, I will never leave thee nor forsake thee. Okay? Right. So let us be content with such things that we have. Verse 6, it says, so that we may boldly say, the Lord is my helper, and I will not fear what man shall do unto me. Okay, right. And that's exactly what we need to be saying now, because we're coming into some perilous times, man. All right, where men are going to be trying to do things unto us, man. All right. I've had a few dreams about Jake trying to take vengeance on us, as well as Esau, man. Okay. Salakia. All right. I want to get another scripture. This is I'm gonna go to Philippians chapter 4 and verse 11. And it reads, Philippians 4 and 11, it says, now that I speak in respect, not that I speak in respect of want. Okay, so the Apostle Paul is saying, not that he's, saying all this stuff that he's about to say and because he wants things, all right? It says, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am, therewith to be content, all right? So he's saying whatever state he's in, he learned. All right, he learned in the faith of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai that whatever state he's in, he got to be content with it, man. All right, whether he be abounded or abased. Verse 12, I know both how to be abased and I know how to be abound. Everywhere and in all things I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to be abound and to suffer need. I can do all things through Mashiach, which strengthen me. Okay, right. So the Lord is our help. The Lord is our strength, man. Okay. He is the one that's going to help us, man, through these manifold temptations. The scriptures say that we are more than conquerors in the Lord, man. Let me get that scripture. Romans chapter 8 and verse 37. It says, I'll start at verse 35. It says, who shall separate us from the love of Mashiach? Shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or peril or sword? As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter. But it says, there's in Romans 8 and 37, nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us, right? So we're conquerors through Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. No matter what state that we're in, the Lord can get us through it, man. All right? That's why we got to be content. Now, let me go ahead and get one more scripture. If it be the Lord's will, and I'll close out with that. This is 1 Timothy chapter 6, and I'll start at verse 17. It says, charge them that are rich in this world, that they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living power, who giveth us richly all things to enjoy, that they do good, that be rich in good works, ready to distribute, willing to communicate. All right. So that's it, man. You're not supposed to be high-minded, when you're rich, man. Okay, because the Lord can make you rich, or He can make you poor. All right. Let me get this real quick. This is in the book of Sirach. All right. Scripture says it's an easy thing for the Lord to make a poor man rich. Okay. This is Ecclesiastes 11 and 21. It says, marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in the Lord and abide in thy labor. For it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord on the sudden to make a poor man rich. Okay. So suddenly the Lord can make a poor man rich. All right. You could be dead broke, and the Lord can put a spirit on you to go play the scratch offs. And next thing you know, you win a couple $1 million, man. But really, the true riches is this wisdom, man. Okay, and that's another, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, that's why we should be content the most, because we have this knowledge, man. Scriptures say, what is the price of wisdom? There is no price of wisdom, man. You can read about that in Job, the 28th chapter, man. All right. Now, I'm going to get this. 1 Timothy 6 and 8, it says, in having... 1 Timothy 6 and 6, but godliness with great content is great. But godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. And having food and raiment, let us be there with content. All right. So having food and raiment, so having food in your stomach and clothes on our back, we should be content with that alone, man. All right. So Thawadi Al-Bashim Al-Shai for everything that we do have, and Thawadi Al-Bashim Al-Shai for everything that we don't have, man. Okay, because there's a reason why we don't got it. The Lord doesn't see us fit to have it in that particular moment. But guess what, man? If it be the Lord's will, you're going to have it, man. All right, but we got to be content with what we got, man. So, hey, Lord will, this video was edifying. I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that we will. Peace and blessing to the elect of Israel. Shalom.